Okay, I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Imagine that you live in a society where, as a male, you could not own a gun to defend yourself, but there will be some events like crimes, robbery, and etc. that is going to threaten you. And that is why here we stand disagree toward this motion that is stating that in terms of civilians, the House would only allow women to use guns, to own guns, because of the reason that is to importance of the self-defense and for national defense. Okay, few rebuttals for the government team panels. First, the proposal is jumping logic and simplistic. They only allowed women to have guns for self-defense, but they know that cartel illegal smuggling weapons and some kind of things are still massive and available. Then how the good normal man going to defend themselves if they can't own a weapon for themselves, right? The second thing, their proposal is also not exclusive panels. They could propose a better proposal, like maybe a border restriction to reduce some of illegal smuggling weapons or something, or gun usage education to educate the people how to properly use a guns for self-defense and not threaten other people's, or maybe anything else that is actually equal and better for both men and women. And not only that, realize that this is not some kind of scenario where man versus woman or some kind of things. It is actually a man and woman versus a worse man that has no manner. Okay, the third thing, they also stated that women will still have right to use guns or some kind of thing. Realize that this is very jumping logic panels. Why? Realize that most of the male who own a gun legally from the government, of course, use it as a self-defense weapon at their home or when they are working or something. So when he encountered some kind of worst case scenario where they got robbed or something, they could defend themselves and realize that this legal gun could be traced. So the usage of this kind of weapons is restricted, panels. So yeah, this is so generalizing when some male use this kind of illegal weapons to threaten other population, and you just simply stated that like, oh, all of the male are evil and they won't be able to have this kind of weapon because it is too powerful. No, realize that this kind of event is so generalizing. For they stated that to restore man humanity or some kind of things. Realize that this is very jumping logic panels. Why? First, they can't explain how masculinity that made men a good mannered humans toward other humans made them evil. How can is that? Other humans made this kind of things, make this kind of evilness, it actually comes from bad personality or bad habit, some kind of things, not from the gun itself, because gun is a tools that is used for its master purpose, maybe for like offensive purpose or self-defense purpose. It's based on the personality, on from the person itself. It's not based on the gender. It based on the how the people or how the human thinks, how they want to use the gun. Okay, and they also stated that equality won't matter in this case. Realize that this is very simplistic. Not all male have the ability to do some kind of a martial art or self-defense in that scenario. And if that scenario happen, imagine that you are a chill man that got jumped by many gangs that have studied martial arts and to misuse this kind of things. This kind of mob attack is very very dangerous if you didn't have the ability to counterattack or at least to defend yourself. So this is again not in the case of man versus woman who gun versus gun or some kind of things. No, this is some kind of events that when mob or bad gangs or men attack other undefended man or female, that is going to be bad if the man or the woman didn't have a gun. So in this case, it's better to arm both men and women, because if we only arm the woman, then this kind of gangs will only attack men. If we only arms men, then this kind of gangs will attack the woman. And if we disarm both of them, they will, attack both of them equally. So the good thing is, the good things that we could do to actually stop this is to arm both men and women with a gun, so they won't be able to attack this kind of things. Anyway, framing panels realize that this is proposal debate, so the one who can win this debate is the one who could bring more positive impact for the man and for the woman. So on our side, the opposition, we need to prove why should gun be accessible for both women and men, and the government need to prove that disarming men is actually a good thing and won't cause up further destruction and problem for the future. Before we move further, panels, let's recharacterize some of these motions. First, in terms of civilians, realize that civilians here wanted a peaceful life on their neighborhood. And also, they consist of young, middle-aged, and old humans, both men and women. And realize that not all of them able to defend themselves in this scenario. So if they all have the ability to self-defense, at least they will protect themselves. They can protect themselves. So only allowed women. Realize that the government here only wanted to disarm the male civilian. This is bad because it will make a mass gang with traditional weapons or martial arts that will threaten and target the man, not the woman, because they know that the woman is armed. So instead they will attack the man, and realize that this is very bad, panels. Okay, now moving to my argument, panels. Here I have two arguments. First, that is the importance of self-defense. Realize that sometimes gun is needed when you jump by many skilled person at the same time in case of mob attack. So by bringing a gun to you for a self-defense, it will make you safe. So how is that work? When you get jumped by this kind of mob attack, you can just told them that you have gun back off or some kind of things to threaten them and then run to safety. Or in the worst case scenario, you could just shoot them and report it to the police that there is some kind of gang or some kind of threatening activity that is going to be dangerous for the society. So you could actually leave it for the authority to solve it, not for yourself. Realize that gun, it's supposed to use as self-defense. So if you got jumped by these kind of things, it will help you a lot. The second argument is national defense. Realize that the reason why the government in the past allowed the civilian to have guns in the first place is to make them able to defend themselves and able to defend the country. Okay, that is enough and brought us